The world's fastest WordPress hosting, lightning fast speed. RocketNet is fast. RocketNet is the fastest. Ready for speed? I get it, I get the concept. But is it though? Is it really the fastest? Like, are you sure about that? Well, to test these claims, I've bought their starter plan for $30 a month. I've loaded in a test website that's full of text, images, videos, contact forms, basically something a real user would use, and I've ran GTmetrix server tests from all around the world to see how fast Rocket.net really is. And the results? Terrible! 4.1 seconds to fully load my test website, are you kidding me? This is testing from Amsterdam, basically right on top of my server, so there's virtually no physical travel time. Pretty much every single other web hosting provider I recommend on this channel loads this exact same site in around 1 second, 4 times faster. So does Rocket.net just lie? Well, no. They are the fastest. I know this is confusing, but let me explain. When you're testing how fast a website loads, there are 2 stages to this process. How fast the server can register that a request was made and respond, this is called the TTFB or time to first byte, and how long does it take for content to fully load after the server responds. This is called fully loaded time. So while Rocket.net has an incredibly fast TTFB, it's being held back by the terrible, god-awfully slow fully loaded time. And this is kinda my fault, or it would be your fault if you were the user. When it comes to TTFB, you as a user really don't have any control. It's purely dependent on how good your web hosting provider is. Usually, the best providers use servers that respond in less than 100 milliseconds when pinged from any location in the world. If it's 100 to 200, it's still good. Around 300 milliseconds is what most providers offer, and it's still decent-ish. And once you get over 400, it's terrible. You're essentially dealing with half a second lag on every click, so run as far away as possible from these types of providers. And Rocket.net had a TTFB of 80 milliseconds when tested from Europe, 71 milliseconds when tested from North America, 54 milliseconds from South America, 277 milliseconds from Dubai, 260 milliseconds from India, and 78 milliseconds from Africa. That is honestly the fastest TTFB values I've ever seen on this channel when doing a worldwide test with a single plan. In this regard, Rocket.net is absolutely the fastest provider I've ever tested on this channel. So why is the end result so slow when compared to other providers I test on this channel? Well, Rocket.net does basically 0 optimizations on your website right out of the box. It just delivers the content to the user as is. So if you have an excellent website where you have gone line by line and removed all of the inefficiencies, scaled your images down and compressed your files, you'll have some of the best experience you can have using Rocket.net, and I highly recommend their services to you. But if you're just an average person with little to no technical skills and knowledge, and you just use a random unoptimized template as I did for this test, it doesn't matter that the server responds very fast. Once it does, your website is still slow to load because it's not a good website. As Rocket.net offers fast servers, but does not help you have a fast website at all. Their servers don't run on Lightspeed software, so you can't use something like Lightspeed Cache, the WordPress plugin, to quickly optimize your site for free like you could with Hostinger or HemiCloud. You can't rely on their support because in an interaction I had with them, they explained that website optimizations are not something they offer and suggested I use another paid service called WP Rocket if I want to optimize my site. Interestingly enough, this suggestion came from their marketing director. Of course, the marketing people are gonna want for you to buy more stuff. And this lack of support for a $30 a month service is really confusing for me. Like, once you buy a plan, it comes with WordPress already pre-installed. I assume so people that don't know how to do it can start faster. But at the same time, Rocket.net plans do not include a website name, also called a domain name. So you still need to buy a domain name separately on top of the $30 you're already paying, and link the domain with your server using their Get Ready to Go Live Now button, which consists of 3 manual domain linking tasks you have to do, not user-friendly at all. And the additional money spent does not end here. While Rocket.net markets itself as a transparent solution with no sneaky price increases or fees, there are fees, and they're kinda sneaky. You get unlimited CPU cards and unlimited RAM, even with the cheapest plan. So in theory, that means you can host as complex of a site with as many daily visitors as you want. That's odd. If this plan is unlimited, why do more expensive plans exist then? Because Rocket.net actually limits your bandwidth, aka visitor count, since bandwidth is what the users use up when browsing your website. Once you go over your allocated amount, you pay additional fees on top of the $30. Disk overage is $2 a gigabyte, bandwidth is 8 cents a gigabyte, and visits are $1 per 1,000 visits. And of course, these different overage items and tiers exist and are made in such a way that even if you reduce your website size and save bandwidth, you would still get hit by the arbitrary visitor count number limit, just to milk those sweet hidden fees out of you. So to me, this looks like Rocket.net giving you the best, like the absolute fastest sports car that exists, and saying, here you go, use it all you want, we don't care. But then only give you a little bit of fuel and a convenient stop saying you can buy more fuel anytime you want, just come to us right here. And when I say the best sports car that exists, I mean it. When you're buying Rocket.net, you're also getting Cloudflare Enterprise CDN built into your plan. Cloudflare specializes in delivering content all over the world as fast as possible, and especially for websites. So instead of sending data through a single centralized server with Rocket.net, you'll be sending through tons of servers at the same time. And smart routing will choose the best server for each user individually. That's how Rocket.net gets such a good TTFB metric. But a sports car is not something you would buy as your first car, nor is it very economical or easy to maintain, right? On this channel, I focus on web hosting providers that offer good value for the money you're spending. So here's where you have to make a choice. If you're confident that the only thing that's holding your site back is the server speed of your current provider, or you're planning to fine-tune your site to perfection yourself, for $30 a month, Rocket.net will solve the problem of slow servers for you. They really are the fastest. But if you feel like your website might be part of the problem, go with something like Scala Hosting, where you get free optimizations, better support, and more straight-out-of-the-box features like a domain name, built-in professional email, and easier-to-use software. Because trust me, an optimized website on a good server beats an unoptimized website on a great server any day of the week. And that's what I'm all about, a healthy mix of price, performance, and ease of use. I hope you found this information helpful. As always, discount links are in the description down below if you do decide to go with one of these providers. And as always, good luck hosting your websites. I'll see you around.